Once upon a time, deep within a lush forest, nestled between towering trees and bathed in the soft glow of sunlight, lived a family of deer. In this idyllic setting, there once lived a young and curious deer named Fawn. Now, Fawn was known throughout the forest for his playful nature and adventurous spirit. However, he often found himself yearning for something more, something beyond the familiar paths and meadows of his home. One crisp autumn day, as the leaves began their colorful descent and the air grew cooler, Fawn stumbled upon an old, wise owl named Hoot. Now, Hoot was revered by all the forest animals for his knowledge and his ability to see beyond the present. And Fawn, with his usual curiosity, approached the owl with a question that had been echoing in his heart. "Wise owl, they say you can see beyond the trees and the mountains. I was wondering if you could help me," Fawn began, his voice filled with hope. "Help me with what, young Fawn?" Hoot replied, his amber eyes twinkling with wisdom. "I want to find the great oak," Fawn said, his eyes shining with determination. "They say it stands tall and strong, holding secrets as old as time itself. I want to see it before the winter's icy grasp tightens its hold on the forest." Fawny, the little deer's request surprised Hoot. The great oak was a legendary tree spoken of only in whispers, and many believed it to be nothing more than a myth. But Fawny's unwavering determination touched him, reminding him of his own youthful curiosity. "The journey to the great oak is fraught with challenges," Hoot began, his voice a low rumble. "Are you sure you're ready, Fawn? The path is long and treacherous, and the winter's chill grows ever more biting." Fawn, eager to embark on his adventure, didn't let doubt cloud his resolve. "I am ready," he declared, his voice ringing with confidence. "I won't let the winter stop me from seeing the great oak." Touched by Fawn's spirit, Hoot decided to guide the young deer. "Very well, Fawn," the owl said, spreading his wings. "I will lead you to the great oak. But remember, the path is challenging and you must stay sharp and focused." With that, the wise owl spread his wings, taking flight and motioning for Fawn to follow. As they flew over the forest, Hoot pointed out landmarks and shared stories of the forest's history. They soared past chattering squirrels, busy gathering nuts for the winter, and graceful birds preparing for their long journey south. Finally, they reached the edge of Whisperwood, where the trees thinned and a vast meadow lay before them. In the center of the meadow stood a magnificent oak, its branches reaching towards the sky like gnarled fingers. Its leaves, instead of being green, were a fiery mix of crimson, gold, and russet, making it stand out like a beacon in the fading light. "This is it, Fawn," Hoot said softly, his voice echoing the solemnity of the moment. "The great oak. It's unlike any other tree in the forest. It's said that it holds the memories of the forest in its rings, each crevice telling tales of seasons gone by." But as Fawny approached the oak, he noticed something peculiar. There at the foot of the tree sat a small, unassuming pebble. Now, this pebble was no ordinary stone. It was a wishing stone, known to grant a single wish to whoever placed it under the great oak's shade. Fawn, overwhelmed with the day's adventures, hadn't noticed the stone. He looked at it curiously, unsure of what to do. "Do you have a wish, Fawn?" Hoot asked, his eyes filled with understanding. For a moment, Fawn was lost in thought. His journey to the great oak had been long and arduous, and the thought of having a wish suddenly seemed very tempting. He thought of the cozy den he'd shared with his family during the harsh winters, and a wish for a warmer, more comfortable den for his family crossed his mind. Or perhaps a wish for an endless supply of sweet berries, their skins warmed by the sun, ripened to perfection. He pondered these thoughts, trying to decide. Finally, as the last rays of sunlight began to fade and the shadows grew longer, Fawn made his wish. "I wish for the forest to thrive," he declared, his voice echoing under the ancient tree. "I wish for the animals to be safe and for the trees to flourish." As his wish echoed through the clearing, the forest around them seemed to stir. The leaves on the great oak rustled, and for a moment, Fawny could have sworn he heard the whispers of the forest itself. Then, as quickly as it started, everything went silent. The forest held its breath, waiting, and Fawn, along with Hoot, waited with them. Then, as if responding to Fawn's heartfelt wish, the forest erupted in a flurry of activity. Animals emerged from their hiding places, shaking off the drowsiness that had settled upon them. Squirrels chattered excitedly, birds sang melodies of joy, and rabbits hopped in merry circles. Even the great oak seemed to respond, its leaves rustling in approval. Fawn and Hoot watched in awe as the forest came alive, each creature basking in a newfound energy. The deer felt a surge of happiness, knowing that his wish had brought the forest to life. As the night deepened, Fawn prepared to return home. He thanked Hoot for his guidance, and the two friends bid each other farewell. As Fawn raced through the forest, his heart swelled with gratitude. Not only had he seen the great oak, but he also learned a valuable lesson about the true meaning of friendship and the power of selfless wishes. Back at his den, Fawn's family greeted him with warmth and affection. As they snuggled together, Fawn recounted his adventures, his voice filled with excitement. His family listened intently, their eyes shining with admiration. And as Fawn drifted off to sleep, he dreamed of the great Oa, the wise owl, and the magical wishing stone. Knowing that his wish had not only brought joy to the forest, but had also enriched his life with a sense of purpose and the magic of believing in something bigger than oneself. From that day forward, Fawn continued to explore the forest, always remembering the valuable lessons he learned from his journey to the great oak. The forest became more than just a home for him. It became a place of adventure, friendship, and self-discovery. And whenever the winter's chill threatened to blanket the forest in gloom, Fawn's wish echoed in the hearts of every creature, reminding them of the importance of community, kindness, and the enduring spirit of the forest. And that's the end of today's story. We hope you enjoy listening to it as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. To continue enjoying our enchanting tales, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified about our new stories. We've got a whole treasure trove of adventures waiting for you.